What's up everyone, welcome back to another Valorant video. Now today I wanted to talk about 5 common mistakes I see players make all the way up through Diamond. I've seen plenty of tips and tricks videos that talk about common sense shit like clear your fucking corners, learn how to communicate, and try to aim for the head. So I decided to come up with my own list of 5 mistakes, and these are ones that people don't really seem to mention. These are mistakes that people make because they think they can carry a team of 5 and are the next 10s in the making. Essentially, these are mistakes that you don't realize you're making, but truth be told, you need to fucking stop. Now of course, before we get into it, I'm gonna drop a shameless plug. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe for more. Also, if you're a really cool dude, check me out on Twitch where I mainly stream Valorant and from time to time decide to stream some other fun games as well. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. The first mistake on the list, economy. Now, CSGO came out like 10 years ago and CS Source, what, like 10 years before that? Yet somehow, these fucking guys do not understand what an eco round is or how to play it. For some reason, everyone thinks that they're about to make their highlight reel, so they force up the heavy armor Sheriff or the light armor Marshal. And time and time again, I see people wasting all this money on weapons they never fucking get kills with. Ask yourself a serious question. When your team is on an eco round and you're all forcing Sheriffs, how often does that shit actually work? Your answer is probably not very often, so wouldn't it just be smarter to save your money and try and get a kill with your classic? Or do something even cheaper like a shorty? It's literally common sense economics here. On top of that, adding to the economy note, people don't seem to realize that their utility is more valuable at any given moment in the game than a weapon. Everyone knows a fucking classic can right click you across the map and it'll kill you. That's like Valorant 101. And on top of that, your utility will transfer between rounds. So anything you don't use is literally money saved. So a full kit of utility and a classic is by far enough to win a fucking round. So why is it that everybody just forgoes the utility and chooses a weapon? In lower tier, people just probably don't know. In higher tier like Diamond, it's because of straight up ego. Which brings me to my next topic on the list, and that is ego. Especially in higher tiers, people have so much ego. They think that they are truly the next 10s. They wide swing everything and think they're just gonna counter strafe one tap. They full force round 2 even though they lost the first pistol round. They get one first blood on a site and just try and knife out, run into the enemy spawn because they're about to get their 4K. Like, stop overextending. Stop pushing. Fucking play with your team. Play post plant. Sit in a corner and hold a crossfire with your team. Settle down your damn ego, bro. And on the topic of pushing, that brings me to my next point, which is rushing. For some reason, in Plat and Diamond, and lower I assume, I'm not really sure, I haven't been there, people think rushing is just the best play in the world. They think flying in, full speed, sprint, dashing in, neon sliding around every corner, one tap in everybody, getting that first blood and just planning is how you win the game. And buddy, it's so much more than that. There is utility in place for retaking sites. There are ways to swing corners and bait your teammates and trade and blind and shit that is just gonna ruin you if you don't know how to do that. No matter how much you rush, no matter how many kills you get. And yet time and time again in my games in Diamond and shit, I see these teams just literally autopilot, like let's rush C again, let's rush B again, let's rush B again, let's rush B again. Oh, it worked the last 3 times. Let's rush B again. And eventually that shit stops working. Once that's done, they're like, oh, let's rush A now. And that doesn't work that time either. The team kind of caught on to what's going on, and then I end up losing the fucking game to these people that literally refuse to play any other way. They refuse to try a default. They refuse to try baiting the enemy team into rotating. They refuse to try lurking. Learn some damn patience. Rushing isn't always the best play. The second mistake I see can kind of be tied in with all of it. Economy, rush, and ego. I've mentioned it once before, and I'll mention it again. People do not buy their abilities. When you buy that Sheriff first pistol round, instead of buying your blind as Reyna, or instead of buying your fucking smokes as Brim, you're costing your team. If you don't have smokes as Brim, what the fuck are you doing? If you don't have a blind as Reyna, what the fuck are you doing? If you don't have a flash as Yoru, what the fuck are you doing? You're trolling. Your team is relying on you to bring that vital utility. It's simply put the all aim no brain mentality. Now lastly, and this one's probably the most important, a mistake I see all the way up through Diamond, people do not jiggle corners. If you do not know what jiggling is, essentially you step out of cover for a frame and then you quickly duck back into cover. matter. 99% of the time, you're not even gonna shoot a bullet. The point of this is to gather information. That one frame is enough to tell you where people are on your screen, where utility is on your screen. If you're about to push out of A main on Ascent, you jiggle that shit, you can see Chamber pre-aiming on the gen box or on Dice. You can see a fucking Sova up in heaven. You can see a fucking alarm bot in front of you. All of which is vital information for the push that you're about to make. You can instantly re-swing, knowing where to place your crosshair, and you can probably take somebody's head off way easier than just wide swinging. Pure ego. Which honestly, that's probably gonna be the title of this video at this point, ego, and how it gets in the way of every motherfucking player I see in the competitive scene. Anyway, those are the 5 most common mistakes I see players make that they don't really know they're making. If you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more like this, please like and subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment, let me know what you think, or maybe what I should do next. And as always, thanks for watching.
I am no longer joking. I've been your mod for way too long. It's time we started talking about your toes inside my mouth. Go ahead, whip them out. I love it when you on cam, you shake them little feet about.